Yeah. What's good, y'all? Yo, welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. I'm your host for tonight, Pat Scorpio, the New England representative. And as always, man, I got my man with me, and I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Yo, what it do, man? Shuttleworth the guy, aka the GOAT artist, LB Lauderdale Boss, RingGangRadio.com in the building.
Yes, sir. Ring gang in the house forever and always. And I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey, what's fly? It's your boy Conscious Pilot, aka the West Coast Avenger, number one contender. Let's get it, man. Let's fly.
Yes, sir. Conscious Pilot. He stays elevated above the clouds, you dig. And last but certainly not least, man, I got the man, the even man. It's a pleasure and an honor for him to be here. I got heavyweight contender, world rank, Mr. Jonnie Rice.
Yo, it's Jonnie Rice, baby. We just getting started, man. So y'all better not get tired of me. You feel me? I'm here. We going hard.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Like I said, you definitely gonna hear about you'll hear about this man in the very, very near future. So for those who are not familiar with Jonnie Rice, man, let's take it back a little back, or take it back to January of 2021, Prudential Center in Newark. Johnny was a replacement opponent, which was originally supposed to be Michael Coffey, who had been getting a push, behind PBC. He'd been winning impressively, and he was supposed to face Gerald Washington. But Gerald, I think, caught COVID, if I'm not mistaken. And you learned about the fight at the absolute last minute, Johnny, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I mean, obviously, and then if we see that and like, okay, Coffey's, Johnny's brought in to lose because obviously if you follow boxing like you, like, okay, he's the opponent and Coffey's the one that has to push behind him. So 1 + 1 = 2. This is how it's supposed to happen. But
Coffey was getting a little bit of that Seth Mitchell hype.
He was Seth Mitchell.
He's getting that little Seth Mitchell treatment.
Yeah, he definitely was, though. I mean, but he wasn't as shaky as Seth Mitchell was. Like,
he wasn't.
But Johnny was like, look, like, I have an opportunity here, and they have me as an opponent. So you know what? I'm just gonna put 200%. I'm just gonna put my foot in his ass, like, and that's what he did. Like literally, like it wasn't even like one competitive round. From 1 to I think 5, you was just hitting him over and over, combinations, jabs, and I'm thinking to myself, what is this? like it was one of the biggest upsets of 2021. Now, at least top
in a
5.
Year full of upsets.
Yeah, and if you're a gambling man, like some of us are, some of us were former degenerates. The odds on him winning was like plus 1,000, plus 1,100. Now, for those who don't understand that, that means for every 100 you bet, you get 1,000 or 1,100, and that's what happened. So if you actually said, Jonnie Rice win, whatever, you got paid. And we was like, and then obviously, how you celebrated, you start, doing your little Harlem Shake thing in the ring. You was feeling it, like you was lit, and after you was like,
It's like you made everybody feel happy for you, like especially off of that performance.
Yeah, no, I was thoroughly impressed. I was like, okay, I was like, and then if you saw the FBA Jabba fight, it was like 180. It's like, wow. And then you proved, though, it wasn't no fluke or anything like that. When the first pay-per-view of this year, PBC, you were the co-main event for Ortiz and Martin, I believe, and you faced Coffey again. And although it wasn't a knockout, you still laid a good, solid beating for I think it went 12, right? 10 or 12. You're muted. You're muted, Johnny.
I said it went all 10.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. It went 10. And yeah, he proved it was no joke, man. So yeah, Johnny,
one-sided 10 rounds too.
Yeah, 10. Yeah, it was one-sided. It was to the point I was telling Shuttleworth, I was like, yo, I think Coffey might need to retire because those were 2 really big beatings he took. Like you're not supposed to take beatings like that so early, with that amount of fights.
Not with no damn heavyweight. Anybody who's 6'4" or over 6'5", anybody 6'3" over 200 pounds putting hands on you, that's not a good thing. No matter what part of your career you at.
Exactly. Yeah. And Johnny's a big dude. Like, I mean, I'm probably your height, but you probably a little bit bigger than me.
Yeah. How tall are you? You about what, 6'6"?
Nah, I'm 6'5". The first fight I fought Coffey, I was 268 pounds.
Yeah,
then unfortunately I came back. Huh?
you were in shape too. Like you. Was
Yeah,
like,
man. I'm
yeah.
telling you. Unfortunately, I came back and I was 285 pounds. I was in shape for both fights, but just the weight was a little higher than I expected. I did the same type of training, did more sparring, but I ate a little bit too much than I anticipated. On Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Hey,
I didn't think
You
it was
looking
good.
good?
Yeah, and the funny thing too is like we mentioned that amongst ourselves. I was like, yo, it looked like Johnny because I was thinking to myself, he was a little bigger. I think he may have enjoyed the holidays too much, and that's why the knockout didn't come. But then, like I said, you're a big man with a big punch, so it didn't matter. Like you still busted coffee up. Like that's like.
Listen, I ain't think the food would stick to you that much. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I eat once on Thanksgiving, or maybe a couple meals on Christmas. You fight New Year's, man. It was a setup, man. I'm telling you, it was a setup, but we made it through. I got a real good coach. Rodney Chrysler had me sparring like 15 rounds a day, man. So a lot of that was muscle memory from the fight. If you watch it, a lot of it was just muscle memory from constant sparring. Plus, I still had a job. I was still working at Sapphire's Gentleman Club every night.
Okay.
So, man, it was all bad, but we made it through. You feel me?
You did, man. You did, and salute to you for doing that. And that that's a good segue into some questions. Pretty much like, so how and why? Like, how did you get into boxing? And why did you get into boxing, for that matter?
Well, I got into boxing because of this one man named Michael King, rest in peace. He had this vision that the heavyweight championship needed to come back to America. But the reason why it wasn't in America is because all of our athletes were playing football and basketball, much like Deontay Wilder, who was our, great American heavyweight champion. You know what I mean? But so he went out and started scouting, guys that were, maybe still trying to play in the NFL, still trying to play overseas, still trying to play in the NBA. I was one of those guys, much like Charles Martin, who also became heavyweight champion. So that's how I was recruited into boxing. And I'm still boxing to this day. My record's not that good, but like I said, when you're a heavyweight, you got to just keep knocking dudes out. They forget about a whole lot. You know what I mean?
They sure do. Yeah, I know. You definitely had some growing pains in your career. You know what I'm saying? You've been in the ring with some notables. I know Stephen Shaw, Tony Yoka. That Russian Lion. I can't pronounce his name. I know who he is because you fought him in Montreal. Like you've been in there and of course F.A. Ajaba. So you've definitely had the hard knocks in terms of getting, in terms of doing what you're doing, learning on the job per se. But yeah, no, that's definitely a good story. So, in terms of, so who's pretty much your biggest influence in terms of you actually becoming a boxer? Is it still Michael King, or is like any other boxer out there you saw and was like, oh, I want to do what he does?
Well, obviously when you first come into boxing, you're not used to getting beat up. Like I remember, like the first time I'm in there fighting and everything, I'm like, man, like, yo, like, this ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I'm laying in the bed with bruised ribs. I'm like, yo, I ain't even this type of guy. But then, I think one night I was watching the Oprah Winfrey special with Mike Tyson on there, right? Mm-hmm. And then they was just showing how Mike Tyson was beating up everybody, crowd going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Just showering him with love, money, and everything like that. I met Holyfield a few times. You know what I mean? I'm down in Carson at this point, and it's just like, okay, I ain't got no other options. I ain't about to go play basketball overseas. I had offers, but I ain't want to go. You know what I mean? I'm like, at the end of the day, this is a brand new sport for me. Let's give it all we got. It's a love-hate relationship with boxing because I ain't no fighter, man. I'm a lover, you feel me? I love the money. I love the women, you feel me? I love the singing of the praises. But at the end of the day, what else I'm going to do, you feel me? So I got to get in there. I got to fight hard for myself and the people because I'm generous. So if I'm winning money, I'm giving out money. You know what I'm saying? So plus one thing is I don't like to lose. I need to win. You feel me?
Yeah.
Oh, I definitely feel that, man. Everyone knows. Some people, I know boxers. We've been in the gyms before. Like some people, are like, oh yeah, I want to be champion. But a lot of the time, they're like, yeah, I just want the money. Like pretty much, I just want the money that comes with it. And try to do what you did, money first, and then other stuff.
But I need to be champion, man. I need to be champion. I want to be world champion, and that's a fact, And I gotta increase my own motivation and become undisputed world champion. And because you get hurt out there, man. If you don't put your everything into boxing, you get hurt. Like, you know, I don't never like talk about what goes on in the gym, but dude, you know, I was after these 2 wins, you know, even with the weight gain, I was walking around feeling myself, just automatically thinking like, yeah, I'm about to be champ, no problem. I'm the best ever. All of a sudden, 15-6 record. Nah, man, I'm that good. Like, I'm super good now. Then Jared Anderson came in my gym, man, beat me up so bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was like, yo, thank you. I said, thank you, man, because this would have happened on TV. I'll be devastated and depressed. But this happened in the gym, so we can fix all this shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I'm training different. My body is different. You know what I'm saying? So hey, you need days like those in the gym behind closed doors, man. This sport will humble you. You know what I mean? So I look at the numbers. I'm gonna be in super good shape the next time I fight. We training super hard. I'm out here in Vegas. That's why I moved here from LA to be surrounded by boxing 24/7.
Yes, sir.
So we on it, man. I'm telling you. Oh, that was a bad day. But we
Yeah, I
back.
can only imagine.
You gonna get some get back?
Oh, go on, LB.
You gonna get some get back?
Well, you know, it ain't about to get back in behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying? It's just about making sure you take that lesson and you learn, and you don't repeat that lesson. You know what I mean? And you just keep getting better. That's the whole thing. Because sparring and training, you ain't supposed to have no ego in there. You supposed to just be ready to get better. And
Absolutely.
Me walking around heavy, me walking around thinking this and thinking that, that'll get you hurt. But I'm just happy it happened behind closed doors and not on TV. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when I fought Coffee, like, there's no excuse to be 15 pounds overweight. Thank God I escaped with the win. But man, you ain't that. Sometimes, that whole phrase, getting high off your own supplies, for real. You could be too high off of confidence, and that'll get you killed real fast. You know what I mean? So I'm just thankful right now. I'm training extra hard, going hard, and we're gonna be ready for the next fight. That's all I can say.
I do respect that. At least you ain't go the whole Andy Ruiz route with it. Like, you ain't go. If it's a 1 through 10 for that, like, that's number 10. You didn't go all the way. So I appreciate that, because I did notice you were a little heavier in the rematch, but you didn't fight like a guy who wasn't who was out of shape.
Out of shape,
So,
yeah.
so I definitely noticed that, So that's good, and I do respect I do feel you on the answer with the get back. I'm not looking at it as like get back, but on some ego shit where you're like, oh man, he whooped me that time. I gotta get him back. Nah, no, boxing's not like that. You gotta take the lumps and bruises, and I guess the get back I'm looking at it is like you're looking forward to improving. So the next time you go in there with him, you could show him a few things and be like, I leveled up some since last time. The whooping kind of
100%. 100%. That's a must. You got it. You can't, like, obviously, I didn't realize he was really, because there's a high level. I feel like, we throw around the word elite level. Certain levels, a guy's at, even when he don't got a fight coming up, he just at that level. So, like, a lot of times when you've been fighting for a long time, you kind of come in the gym, you don't got a fight coming up, you don't take sparring as serious as you need to. But then when you get in there with this young up and coming phenom, it's like, yo, he always ready to go. So it's like it makes you be like, man, I always gotta be ready to go, even in the gym, even in sparring. Yeah, when a fight on the horizon, yeah, you might be ready to go, but it really makes you realize that, yo, you gotta live this lifestyle every day. Absolutely. It ain't never know I got a fight coming up or I don't got a fight coming. No, you gotta live this lifestyle every single day that you in the gym, or you gonna run into somebody that can, really tear you apart, even in sparring. And that's what you don't want to be in that position either. So it just definitely rekindled that fire for me real quick. Like, I don't even think about the Coffee fight no more. I'm still spending that Al Heyman money, you feel me? But I don't think about the fight. I'm training hard. What fight? I'm just training my behind off, you know what I mean? And that's that, so I definitely appreciate that in so many ways.
No doubt. And I'm just looking at a question that we got in our comments. Salute Henny God, by the way. He asked, you're originally from LA, Johnny?
Nah, I'm originally from South Carolina. Like I said, I flew out to LA to be a part of the Michael King program, All American Heavyweights. And then I was in LA for about, I think, what was it, 6 or 7 years. And then I realized that my career is not going anywhere. It's wasting too much time traveling, because sometimes, in that LA traffic, like I would travel down to Norwalk spar with Andy Ruiz. It'll take me an hour to get there.
I've driven on that highway before. I've been.
It's not a game, man.
I know the pain, bro. Like it's
like not a game.
Bumper to bumper, like, and it's like that even at night.
Yeah, and so it's like, man, you wasting 2 hours in traveling. That don't make sense when I'm here in Vegas where everybody's fighting, everybody's grinding. The great Floyd Mayweather was here training. You got Devin Haney out here, you know what I'm saying, building his legacy right now. You know what I mean? So I had to come to where the guys that were really trying to take us to the next level were at. And it's only 15 minutes to get to my gym versus a whole hour and a half, you know? So I had to move to Vegas if I was going to be serious about becoming world champion and erasing all my past failures and turning everything into victories. You know what I mean? And that's what I did.
No doubt.
You said past failures. You mean past lessons.
Right. You know what I mean? That's what you got. That's how you got to see it. Past lessons. So like I said, I'm trying to learn and build and keep growing and keep going.
No doubt, though. Now, in terms of the training and stuff like that, man. So, I mean, obviously, just, you know, to get a little insight of how you do it, like what are your like favorite exercises, your punches, drills, and what do you dislike about training? What aspects of training do you hate?
Well, you know, I really have to try to do a lot more running, which is what I do right now. A lot of heavy bag work, a lot of shadow boxing. We want to do a lot of the fundamentals. Again, I'm a big dude, so I do lift weights. I'm a heavyweight, so I'm gonna lift those weights. I know a lot of boxers don't lift weights.
I'm a big dude too, bro. Like, I mean, I feel you pain, man. Like it's an idea.
I agree with you. I think that's a good thing you're doing, lifting weights.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm gonna pump that iron, but I also got to balance it out with more cardio, more shadow boxing, more fundamentals. I'm not the biggest fan of sparring that much. I really don't like to spar, but you know, it's a necessary evil. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely get in there. Sorry about that. My window open. So I definitely do spar, but you know, I just recently started working with Coach Larry Wade and Coach Devron Johnson. So they're helping with extra pushing and motivation for my strength and conditioning. But overall, I do enjoy training. You got to train hard to be successful. You got to push yourself. So yeah, man, we all in. But yeah, sparring's not my favorite thing to do. But it is what it is. I do love the mitt work. I love all that up stuff. But you know, you got to take it to the next level and fight. So that's the real key.
Yeah, I mean, obviously sparring. I mean, yeah, I know some boxers love to spar. Some boxers treat spars like actual wars. You know, some people like just do it just to stay sharp, just do the minimal. Like, I mean, it's a temperament, you know. But you know, most people think just because you have headgear on or some shit like that doesn't mean you're not feeling no punches. Like
or the lighter gloves or the more padded gloves, because you know you be sparring at like 18 ounce, 20 ounce.
Yeah.
I don't think I've done anything over 20 ounce, but they still hurt, man.
Yeah. Right.
You got a heavyweight with damn 18 ounce, 20 ounce gloves on you. Shit, that hurts.
Man, it hurts, man. Like, dude, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, man. I don't know what's going on, but it's like lately my nerves been bad. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even be wanting to spar. Like, I damn near hurt myself running away from one of my other guys I was sparring, like Big Patrick. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but he got a big fight coming up like tomorrow, man. I go into the Philly shell a lot, man. He went to throw a hook. I was like, hit my dang on arm against my forearm against my other arm. That hurt more than the damn punch he hit me with. So I'm like, man, look, you know what? This ain't it right now for me, y'all. Like, I just got to basically train extra hard. I'm more of a skillful fighter. And it sucks because I haven't been boxing that long. So I like to fight from more of a skillful standpoint. But I haven't been boxing that long, so my skills ain't even up to par. So we grinding double. We grinding extra, you feel me? We grinding extra, grinding double.
Now, in terms of boxing, like, what's your favorite punch? Like the one you'd be hoping to land the most on someone?
Yeah, like your special attack.
Well, you know, lately, obviously, you know, I'm looking at what worked against Michael Coffey. My right hand was working, but it was first the jab was going. Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
So, I'm doing my best now to polish up my right hand and my jab. Like I said, getting really back to the fundamentals, man, making sure I'm stepping with my punches, but I'm also working to increase the combination punching. Okay. Because, you know, a guy like Michael Coffey was not going to go down from no one punch. He ain't going down. Like, he used to training with Deontay Wilder, who got one of the greatest right hands in history. So yes, I'm really looking to work on my combination punches to overwhelm a guy, you know. Again, I'm trying to get that from Jared Anderson as well. He throws a lot of combinations, you know what I mean, that really does overwhelm you. So I'm trying to take everything I can from anybody I come in contact with. Right now, that's one guy I'm really trying to take a lot from, you know what I'm saying? So right now, we're trying to put a lot of punches together. That's what we're trying to do, add to everything.
No doubt. And then what about, like, say, your favorite type of boxing equipment to use? Heavy bag, double end, speed bag?
Oh, I'm going with the heavy bag. I'm going with the heavy bag for sure, because, you know, especially as a heavyweight, you know what I mean? I feel like everybody we all around the same speed. But if you're trying to get in the ring with, you know, a big dude, you got to be able to break him down. In order to break him down, you got to be used to punching something. So right now, I go into the gym, I'm just trying to attack that heavy bag. So I'm like, look, you know what? You're going to punch me, I'm going to punch you. Let's get it on, because it is what it is. I can't do much about the situation here. I don't want to be here that bad, but I need to win, man, because I can't lose no more. So I'm working the heavy bag like crazy.
That's right. How many rounds you do on the heavy bag?
I try to do minimum 6. The other day I did 12. Today I did 6. You know what I mean? But I try to keep the heavy bag count high, because that's a big key for me. You know, you watch Big George Foreman. He hitting the heavy bag all the time.
Bend the heavy bags in half, like
so it's like I'm going back old school, man. I'm going back old school. I'm trying to do my best to just learn from the past, learn from the present, learn from the guys that are supposed to be the future. And then, I'm keeping everything, like I said, fundamental. A lot of heavy bag work, a lot of footwork, a lot of shadow boxing, a lot of old school training right now. Working the jab like crazy, you know what I mean? And that's the best thing I do, is stay inspired and stay motivated.
Now, do you do the really old school shit, like chopping trees? Because chopping trees has always been like a good exercise to build punching power. And stuff
I'm just going old school, not really old school. You know what I'm saying?
you going ancient school with that.
A lot of bag work, mid work. We working on going to the body right now. We're just trying to rekindle the love of boxing right here and train super hard for it. Keep on winning. You know what I mean? Get in better shape, like take away all the excuses. Like I said, there's no excuse. Trying to be the best you. That's how I look at it. I'm trying to be the best me. I like to stick and move, so I got to be in better shape to do that. So we staying logical with everything.
No doubt. And I got a couple questions here on the side from a couple of our viewers. Henny God, wanted to know, is living in Vegas a distraction or just another city to live in?
Oh, it's definitely a distraction. You know what I mean? I decided to indulge. I decided to go. Okay, and I'm kind of kidding, you know what I'm saying, but kind of not kidding. I decided, man, at the end of the day, you got to have self-control. You know what I mean? You got to have balance with everything. Like for me right now, I gamble every day. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm out here winning.
We all have our vices, bro. We all have our vices.
I'm out here. I don't drink because I box, so I don't drink alcohol. But I definitely get to that.
Just to make sure people don't understand, like alcohol, you don't drink, because like I said, because it's not good to take punches if you're out there smized in the ring and shit like that. You can't
So I do not drink. I do not do drugs. I don't smoke weed or anything like that. But I am gonna gamble. When it comes to strip clubs, I was working at one, didn't get in any trouble because I like the thicker women, and thank goodness there wasn't that many thicker women out there. There was. But they looked good. They did look good, but I stayed out of trouble.
Yeah, I've been in a Vegas strip club too. I've been in Vegas, so I know what you're talking about. Yes, sir.
Yeah. They look good, but it's cool. It ain't too much temptation for me not to be able to handle. But I think the biggest thing is I like to gamble. I like to gamble because I train so hard. I be too sleepy to go gamble. So boxing's really keeping me out of trouble. So to answer your question, it is a distraction, but I be too tired to be distracted, man. I'm working too hard out here right now.
Is it the slots? You play the slots or the cards or something?
I play roulette, baby.
Roulette, nice.
Yes, sir.
Because with roulette, I'm like this. If I make the right decision, I'm gonna win. With blackjack, you can't control how the cards fall. I could have freaking, 2 face cards and ready for that, then the other dude got the same thing, and now I gotta draw. I'll push or whatever. I like roulette. I make the right decision, I win money. That's how I like to live my life. Make the right decision.
I do the blackjack, and then I be posted up betting on horses. Like I be in there with the cigar, dark glasses, and with the filling out the slips and betting on horses. Man, that shit got me in Vegas. Like probably more than any other type of machine or anything, or even betting on fights or anything like that. I be posted.
Oh man, the fights! Don't get me started, Johnny. Like one of my biggest regrets last year when it comes to betting on fights. Was not betting on
Right.
your fight with damn Coffee. My goodness, man.
You
And
bet
Pat here to
against
tell
Jonnie
you,
Rice?
oh hell no, I didn't bet on the fight at all.
Oh, okay.
And that's a mistake because the thing is, like we said, it was a late opponent. You know, looking at the John Ball performance, I was just like, there's a lot of upsets this year. But you know what? I think I'll just leave this one alone. And then,
man, those odds, you could have bet on the odds alone, man.
I know, right? That's why I said.
I can't
That's why I
believe
said
they
it's
had
a
me 10 to
regret.
1.
It's a regret because you talking about. I'm a dude who be picking upsets all the time. Like you can speak to Pat to tell you, like the Gary Russell fight, the Lee Wood fight that just happened like a couple weeks ago. Damn, what else happened this year?
The Chris Talbot fight. I was very shocked about that, man. I was rocking with Chris.
That shocked me. I didn't think he was gonna lose that one.
Yeah, I was rocking with him, man. You know, I'm still a big fan of boxing. So I love when people cocky as hell, talking all that smack, man. Like, I'm like, man, yeah, dog, I'm with you, bro. Like, go ahead and handle that. I just can't help it because like I said, I'm in the game to win and get paid a whole lot, but I'm still a fan because, you know, I'm not a fighter at heart. I'm a lover. You feel me? You feel me? That's just how it is. I love winning. You. I love winning. That's gotta come with
sport too. That extra talking. That's why I
I love
you sell your personality so well, and I think the sport really needs that. Like people just don't want to engage with the fans. They standoffish. They too good, or they get like you ain't even get Hollywood, man. Like like real shit. But you moved from Cali, so you good. So you ain't gonna get Hollywood. You Vegas now.
I ain't gonna get Hollywood, man. Look, I'm gonna stay real, man. I'm gonna just be open, man. At the end of the day, life too short to hide anything. I'm gonna be open. My life all over the place. I'm just filled with gratitude. You know what I mean? Just trying to experience as much as possible. You know what I mean? Because that's for me. Life is about an experience. You know, you got to decide what experiences you want. You know what I mean? Because when you old, all you have is your memories. If you really want to know about life, hang out with old people. They're going to tell you, like my grandma told me this one time. She said, I remember a time when I didn't have no clothes. Now I got so many clothes, I can't never wear them. It's like, man, like, what does that really mean? It's like, basically enjoy your youth, enjoy the hustle, enjoy everything you're doing, because when you 80 years old and you can't do nothing, and all you can do is think about what you did, yo, I'm trying to have a mad memories, yo. I'm trying to have a full life of things I did, you know, like I said, man, I'm about to have some kids. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nobody pregnant yet, but that's the mission. You feel me? You know, we're gonna do that.
Get that championship first, man. Get that championship.
That's the thing, right? See, I wanted to put things in order, like, you know, have children. No, first win the championship, then have children. But I'm like, nah, man, forget all that. I'm gonna have it all at once. I'm gonna have kids and win championships. I started learning from other people, right? I'm like, okay, there's a lot of people that was rich before they had children. There's a lot of people that was poor before they had children, then they got rich. So it's like pick what you want to do. It's a lot of people like Kobe Bryant. He got children, still winning championships.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? No matter what, you got to realize that you can have it all as long as you got balance. As long as you got balance, you can have everything you want at the same time. You ain't never got to wait on nothing. When you get the opportunity, you can always have it all. And that's how I'm going at. I'm going to try to have it all. Nobody telling me no or nothing, man.
Yo, definitely. Definitely like that mentality, straight bars.
It's the hustle. As long as you hustling, you ain't never going to be without nothing. You can go and get it.
Absolutely, man. That's the mentality everyone should have. Like, what's words to live by, for real. Yeah. And that's actually a good segue into the next thing. Like, talk about the boxing industry, how to navigate what you learn, what you like, what you hate, what you want to change about it. Like, I
mean, the way boxing going, everyone knows this. Boxing is still a business. That's a fact. If you come into boxing knowing what it is, you ain't no amateur no more. You're a professional. You get paid for what you do. And that's simple. It's simple math. The more people that want to watch you box, the more money you make. You know what I mean? You can't compare yourself to guys like Mayweather or Canelo until you go through what they went through. You know what I mean? They wasn't all, We all know Floyd wasn't always Money Mayweather. He was Pretty Boy Floyd. He went through a lot. He was pound for pound one of the best fighters ever, and no one would even watch him fight. Till he started acting a fool, became Money Mayweather, cursing everybody out, flashing money. He basically had to become the villain. But hey, he was still good, but he did whatever he had to do to make you watch him. And at the end of the day, you got to have fun with this shit. It's a business, man. I used to go to work for 8 hours a night. You think I had fun at work? Yeah, I tried to have fun, but I was still working for 8 hours a night. So at the end of the day, you got to do whatever you got to do to get the big money. And sometimes just being a good boxer ain't enough. You got to make people want to watch you.
Right.
But that's a part of boxing. That's a part of the game you in. You in this the game you in.
So you might have to say that again.
Yeah, because I know what you're talking about with Floyd Mayweather. Like, obviously Among Us, we always just say like, most people like talk about the second half of Floyd's career, which is the Money Mayweather part, but don't realize how brilliant Floyd was at super feather and at at lightweight. Like Floyd was brilliant. Like people saw the real prime Floyd, like the one that people is a little bit more defensive. A little bit more defensive, but that one that had the fast hands, the reflexes, the crazy combination punching, the one with Floyd. Yeah, that was
it was insane. But it's a lot of that going on right now, man. Like like I said, people just kind of see the guy just at the top, like the Tyson Fury just at the top, or Deontay at the top. People don't see Deontay Wilder used to fight in bars, man. For his first 20 fights. If you wasn't a boxing fan, you ain't never watch him fight. His first 20 fights, we was still knocking fools out. But it's like everybody want that instant gratification, and guess what? I want that instant gratification too, baby. So I want that instant gratification too. So I'm going at it like that. Let's get rich overnight. Let's go have fun overnight. Let's go get to the top overnight. But no matter what, you got to prove yourself every night, and that's the thing people forget. You got to prove yourself every night and every day. So that's the mentality I got right now. Hey, I'm trying to prove myself. You know what I mean? Like I said, there was a time during the Michael Coffey fight, the second time, man, he almost knocked me out, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. About round 4, I gassed out. I was done. But guess what? Your boy got the defense, I'm a duck that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, shit, I was running. He don't know, baby. Hey, look. I'm gonna get away from you, man. Hey, they call me Mr. Slip and Slopes, so I'm out of there, baby. I don't mind running. If I do what I gotta do, but then you get your win back and you keep it going. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, I was like, man, I'm doing this for my little man, yo, because like I said, we trying to get somebody pregnant soon, ladies. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, don't play around with Jonnie Rice. You feel me? Don't play around with me. Because we ain't putting doubt, you feel me? We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. So it is what it is. I'm here to live, baby. We ain't here to play no games no more, man. I'm 35, man. I've been playing too many games most of my life, man. You feel me? I got a lot of regrets.
You don't play boxing, though.
Oh, go ahead. Shut a word.
I said, you don't play boxing, though.
You don't play boxing. I don't play life no more, man. I don't play nothing. I'm enjoying myself, but it's all serious. It's all in. I'm all in.
So I know you mentioned obviously you're 35. You have a couple of regrets now. So what is actually the biggest lesson that you actually learned in boxing, or if you could do something over again in boxing, what would it be?
Well, it's funny you asked that about boxing, right? Mm-hmm. When I got into boxing, I don't feel like I was taking control of my career enough. Mm-hmm. And by taking control, I mean getting that knowledge. You want to be at the top, right? But do you actually study other people's career to see how to get to the top? So when you come into boxing, you got to study boxing. No matter what game you get into, no matter what profession, you got to study what was given to you, so you can know what the hell is going on. Yeah. Gain that knowledge. So a lot of times I was just like letting everything happen to me, not out, man. You just blindly following anything. Mm-hmm. When what you need to do is, if you in boxing, you study it. You find out everything you can about it. You know what to do and how to do. You need to know the business of boxing. You're not an amateur no more. Every loss counts. Every win counts. Every knockout counts. Every draw counts. Who watches you counts. Everything. This is the pros, man. So that's the biggest mindset that I'm taking to boxing and in life. Like, you need to give yourself as much knowledge as possible and use it and learning from others. I heard somebody say on TikTok, which is kind of funny. I watch TikTok like crazy. Everybody you meet in life is a student or a teacher. They're going to learn from you or you're going to learn from them. Period.
Nice.
Everybody you meet. So that's how I look at it now. I'm learning from everybody.
Yeah,
Or I'm trying to teach somebody if they need to learn something.
Yo, you keeping it all the way real. Like, I ain't gonna lie. In the back of my head, I'm just like, man, this nigga spitting.
Yeah,
For
this is
sure.
I'm
real
just
life
trying to
shit
live
right
everyday logic life, man. 1 + 1 = 2. No matter if you're on Mars or Jupiter, 1 + 1 still 2. And that's how
Always
I'm trying to live, man. I'm just trying to live like as logical as possible. You know what I mean? Simple as that.
No, I definitely feel you because like I can't tell you how much it irritates me when I see and if you've ever been obviously been in a gym, you see a cat in there who's kind of ignorant to like let's say like they're boxing. Why are you boxing? Like do you know your history of boxing? Like do you actually know like these people? And they like I don't care about that. I just want to fight. And just, you don't want to do the knowledge. You don't want to know the ledger. None of that shit. So it burns me up when I keep fighting here. It's like I just do it because I'm just I'm good with my hands or whatever. I just can't stand that type of nonchalance because it's just like you just like there's so much knowledge in boxing that's out there, but it's also now being lost too because it's not being passed down because like Michael Irvin used to say we're losing recipes. Like that's how I feel. And that's how I feel most of the time, and it's mostly because it's not just like some of the trainers that are there, like they're not there anymore. But it's also the fighters that are just being like, you know what, let me just try to do this for a quick buck. But then like they don't know why they're doing it all that much. Like they don't know the knowledge, anything like that. And then you see them like they may be damaged or they just don't pan out. It's just it burns me up when I hear boxers talk like that, and it's refreshing that you're actually saying this because like you understand, like you gotta know what you're doing to get where you need to be.
Absolutely.
On that token, Johnny, speaking of what Pat was saying, do you have a favorite, like maybe a couple, 3 favorite boxers of all time? Or like anybody like watching growing up or just in general?
Man, right now I'm doing my best to learn from my peers. You know what I mean? Like I said, I get to watch Devin Haney train every single day. See how hard he working to stay on top, and obviously he going to beat Gambosis. He the first undisputed lightweight champion since Pernell Whitaker. So I'm looking forward to that.
I met Sweet Pea. Rest in peace, man. That was an honor to meet him. Yeah,
man. But one guy I do like a lot is Evander Holyfield. Because he wasn't a big dude. He just had a lot of heart. He trained hard. He fought extremely hard. So size was not, a factor for him, So I like to watch Evander Holyfield a lot because, he got, just like I said, tremendous heart, tremendous, willpower to fight hard. So I like watching him. And then, of course, I just met Andre Ward. So I'm studying Andre Ward now. Like I said, I pay attention to life. I feel like life is filled with clues on what you should do next. So I never watched Andre Ward before. I knew he was undefeated, never really watched him much. So I'm studying him currently. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, Floyd Mayweather is a big inspiration to myself. Deontay Wilder and his great right hand. I'm watching that guy too. I like his mentality. I mean, he became first heavyweight champion to be undefeated in America, and I don't know how long. So, I gotta give credit where credit is due to a man that accomplished something like that. So, man, I'm just a student right now. I'm watching everybody currently. You know what I mean? Trying to do my best to learn as much as possible.
No doubt. And I got a question. Like, what's the worst mistake you've ever made in boxing?
Like I said, man, just going into boxing without a bunch of knowledge, man. Just going into boxing without knowing how the business of boxing works. That like if you're in boxing and we all can look at the internet. We all boxing ain't the hardest thing to figure out. It's a business, I fight, I get paid, somebody else get paid. Well, who the hell else is getting paid? Who are the matchmakers? Who are the promoters? Who is it? Like, come on, man. It's pieces on the chessboard. No matter what job you at, no matter what you're doing in life, have knowledge about your surroundings. Don't just, because promoters, a person who ain't gonna think boxing as a business, they love you because they just. Hey, you ain't really in this because you ain't even thinking.
Right.
It ain't their fault. It's your fault. They can either take advantage of you or they can work with you. But they're gonna only work with those guys that got knowledge, ready to use that power. As simple as that, you know. So it is what it is. So I guess that's the biggest regret, is just not understanding the business of boxing. Being good at boxing, that's something you got to do if you want to be world champion, period.
Of course.
But if you want to excel and be great and be champion and be wealthy, you got to, you know, like I said, you got to understand how the business goes.
And have a legacy. But
and have a legacy. Muhammad Ali knew that too. Muhammad Ali knew one thing. Hey, the more I talk, nobody's out here talking. Before him, boxers didn't talk. Not only was he already good, but he said, man, boxers don't talk. I'm going to start talking. Talked his way into a title fight at 22 years old and beat Sonny Liston. The man was studying boxing. He didn't just make it up. He studied, he learned, and applied. That's the greatest of all time right there.
And that's why I wear a shirt. Muhammad Ali.
I ain't see that.
Yeah.
I ain't see that.
Yeah, no, Ali's the greatest, bro. Like, you know, like I say, Ali, like, you know, Ali's a special person to me, like more than anything, because, you know, he was one of the people that actually got me into boxing, you know, back in the day. So it's like, you know, that's, you know, like, I mean, I try to get any type of Ali memorabilia I can. Like, I have this, I have the tanks, I have a lot of different things, man. So yeah, I definitely feel you on that. Yeah, Ali definitely paved the way for heavyweights and boxing overall to get paid more. He showed, he gave everyone the template for sure. But so let me just go down the list of questions. I know there are definitely some questions, you know, people were wanting to ask before I go into the next couple of things. Again, Henny God was like, what do you listen to when you're training?
Hey, listen, man, I got too many voices in my head, man. I don't listen to nothing, man. Nah, I'm kidding. When I lift weights, I don't listen to nothing. Like, I just be talking to myself, like, man. But when I'm in the gym, you know, like I said, Devin Haney be blasting all the latest music. You know what I'm saying? You can tell how old school I am. I'm still doing a Harlem Shake, man. That's how you know I'm old, man. So I'm realizing that I feel young, though. I really do. And that's why I said you gotta look at your peers. Like, I'm like, hold up, man. All my friends got kids or baby mamas and all that good stuff, but I don't. That ain't good. You the eyeball out. You gotta hop in somewhere, man. Being eyeball out ain't the business. You feel me? Long story, because you miss out on that experience, you know what I mean? You miss out on that part of life. But long story short, I don't listen to music right now. I'm gonna have to start though. Training is getting harder and harder. I need some more motivation.
No doubt. And another question: what's your diet looking like?
Well, with my diet, I do my best to eat more paleo, and paleo is basically what they say is anything that a caveman could eat. So I try my best to eat meat, fruit, vegetables. That's what I do my best to eat. Of course, you know, when it comes to like pre-workouts, I try to make sure they're like the most natural as possible. You know, like, you know, Garden of Life is a good brand that's very natural and sport approved. So it's made mainly from, you know, from foods. So I do my best, like I said, to just eat as natural as possible. So you're not gonna see me eating like candy and all that. You're gonna see me trying to eat fruit.
Right.
Or fresh pressed juice, you know, the juices that's fresh pressed, nothing added to it. And then, you know, I do give myself a cheat day once a week, but lately I have not been giving myself a cheat day. I'm just really concerned with like just staying paleo as much as possible. Whatever a caveman can eat, I eat fruit, vegetables, and meat.
That's what it is, man.
But no pizza right now, but I want some pizza. I have not been eating pizza in like 2 months.
I feel you, man. You know, I definitely feel about that pizza, man. Like, you know, pizza
be hitting, but I feel you.
I have not eaten pizza in a month. I guarantee that. 1 month. I've not eaten pizza.
That actually brings up an interesting question because it's a joke around us because I personally like, you know, I like broccoli pizza. I like broccoli on my pizza. Is that strange to you or no?
I mean, look, you know, I ain't never ate no broccoli on my pizza, but you know,
Thank you.
I've eaten veggies on my pizza, I guess, but I usually like just, you know, I like to meat on my pizza, really. You know what I mean? You know, like a beef sausage, beef, that's it, really. But again, I haven't eaten pizza in a month.
Yeah, but I mean, but broccoli's just out of place, though. Broccoli's too damn big, man. I'm sorry, broccoli's just out of place. It's too damn big, like.
I mean, people be putting pineapple and pepperoni on their pizza. I don't even do that, so I'm gonna let you ride with the broccoli. You know what I'm saying?
Too. I'm sorry,
but yeah, if you ain't doing pineapple and pepperoni, you might be okay, or pineapple and ham, whatever they do. But yeah, man, I keep things simple. I never heard of broccoli though on the pizza. I'm just telling you.
Thank you. Okay, yeah, all right. So he's like you, like us. Then okay, you just pass
He's normal.
This must be an East Coast New England thing, because that's where that's where
It
I'm
gotta
from.
be like they
Yeah, it
don't do
must
that
be.
shit in Florida.
I don't
I
know,
mean, you
man.
put bell peppers and stuff, onions, olives. That's the regular
Right.
stuff.
I've seen that.
Broccoli. What's next? Cauliflower.
Hey man,
Yeah,
they
I
put
don't know.
stuff on their pizza, bro. I mean, it's out there. I know this. I seen it. Oh man, but yeah, I got another question, and this is from my man Joshua O. He said, "Do you watch Frank Sanchez highlights if you're having trouble sleeping?" I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Nah, Frank actually is a very good boxer. You know what I mean? Obviously, being that I'm with PBC, people say, "Oh, you might have to fight him." I'm like, look, if I got to fight him, they're gonna pay me a whole lot of money. But
Yes,
I
sir.
do watch him a lot. I respect all these guys a lot, man. So I definitely watch him, man. But he's definitely a very explosive fighter, very good fighter. And he beat Evian Jock, but man, I was shocked by that. He knocked him down and everything. So I'm like, man, wow, that's wild. Evian Jock, but beast too.
Yeah,
and
I'm not gonna lie. And I'm not gonna lie to you because I was high in F.A. Jabba, and that fight was the only fight on that card that pissed me off royal because I watched it in the movie theater, and I was just so heated. Like he was getting that work, and he got knocked down in the process. I was not happy about watching that fight.
I don't know what happened. I'm very shocked by that. To be honest with you, I actually bet F win, man. I did.
Same here. Like honestly, that was one of the most shocking performances last year next to Mikey Garcia.
Wow.
Both of them
right. I heard about that too.
Yeah, both of them. I'm just like, wow. Like I thought y'all would win this. I mean, but Frank Sanchez is capable. He's good boxing, moves around. He can be explosive. It's just he be boring as hell sometimes. So shout out to Joshua O. So I feel why he asked that. I know it was a joke, but
he probably wanted to know what you said. That's part of the reason why I know. That's his thing.
But see me, I look at when I'm fighting a guy, I don't ever look at if he's born or not. The first thing I do look at is if he's explosive. Because if he's explosive, he's dangerous. Yes, and Frank is explosive, so Frank is dangerous. So that's really what I look at. Effie's dangerous too. Effie's explosive too. But just that night, Frank was just more explosive and attacked more and knocked him down. Like I said, very shocked. But I'm watching all these dudes and I'm just doing my best to compete at that level and keep growing and keep developing.
Yeah, no doubt. No, absolutely.
If you do ever fight Sanchez, oh my God, I'm gonna be rooting for you to put your foot in his ass. Like you already know,
man. Because hey, look, you can't go in there playing around with a guy like Frank Sanchez. Period, man. Them dudes at a high level, and you cannot go in there. You can't go in there playing around. Period, man. So every day you got to really think about the level these guys are on, man. That's what I'm doing, man. I've been humbled. You know what I mean? So I'm all in once again. Let's get it.
I mean, because look, if you like the picture I did of you and Coffee, you knock out Sanchez.
I love that picture, man. So hey, I might just do it for the picture. You feel me?
It'd be a wrap. I don't even know what I'll come up with if you KO Sanchez or even just
do it for the picture.
Might have to do a mural or some shit.
Hell yeah, I love that picture, man.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate it, man. But the boxing artwork is real big thing we do. I'm glad it inspires you and motivates you.
Big time
I really appreciate
it. For real, I'm putting that on my wall.
Oh hell yeah!
Salute to that.
Real talk.
Salute.
So I'm just taking a look at another question. Are you a fan of any other sports? If so, what are your teams?
Oh well, when it comes to sports, I'm a fan of football. I'm a fan of basketball. Don't really have a team. I kind of like individuals. So I'm definitely a big fan of LeBron James. Steph Curry. Because smaller guy, very skillful. Like I like to look at the guy that don't use his size as an advantage. They're very skillful. LeBron big, but he's skillful as well. Definitely like Kyrie Irving. You know what I mean? So I like I said, I kind of watch more so for the individual. I do like football. Antonio Brown, definitely like him a whole lot.
Yes, sir. Yep.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So. And I actually try to cross train a little bit. I know we didn't really bring that up, but I try to cross train with basketball and football to, just kind of make myself more of an all around boxer and just take away from other sports and apply it to boxing as well.
Oh, that's interesting.
Hopefully you'll see a different style and technique from me. I'm actually working on that.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I definitely want to see. I mean, I'll definitely see how that's going to go in your future fights. But I'd love to see how much of a change that will actually be.
You gotta be hyped now.
Yeah, man. I'm telling
you
you,
about to
it's
fight this
on,
weekend.
Baby. It's on. I'm coming with some special things.
No doubt, and also get your opinions on some. We got some boxing opinions, hot takes, and predictions. So now, obviously, the biggest thing, Canelo's pretty much like one of the biggest things in boxing. Who do you think has the best chance at beating him again?
I don't know. Because I don't know much about the weight classes. You know what I'm saying? I just see this man like going up and down and doing whatever he wanted to do. So it's like I don't know. Like they have to take someone else to go up and down and chase him. But when it comes to who I like to watch a lot of, that's a big guy too, is Terrence Crawford. I like to watch him a lot, and we want to see what Errol Spence do as well. But I'm a big Terrence Crawford fan of his style. But yeah, I don't know who really can just go up and down with Canelo. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm just saying Terrence Crawford.
Oh, well, Terrence Crawford. I know
Jamel Charlo. The Charlo brothers want him. The Charlo brothers want a piece of him. So I'll get behind them as well. But it is what it is. I don't know much about the weight classes though.
I mean, do you think someone like maybe Triple G or David Benavidez might actually have a chance of beating him?
I mean, Triple G obviously had 2 close fights with him. Some argue that he did win. I argue maybe they both were draws. You know what I'm saying? So, but Triple G is a lot older now. But Triple G is that dude. I know people are calling for Andre Ward to come out of retirement and fight Canelo. That would be insane. And I would definitely get behind Andre Ward. But it's like, it's going to take somebody like that, who just don't lose. You know what I mean? So, again, I don't know too much about the lighter weights, except for obviously Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence. They're big enough to get bigger and try to fight Canelo. So that's pretty much all I really know about the lower weights.
Well, speaking of the weight classes and then heavyweights, man, what are your thoughts on Tyson Fury and Dillian White?
Man. Well, we all know Tyson Fury is, phenomenal boxer, and he can fight as well. He did not just outbox Deontay. Because he had to try to actually fight him and hold him and do all that other BS. But hey, he won, and that's that. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, Dillian White does go to the body very well. That could cause some problems, but Tyson Fury is the favorite. But I'm looking for Dillian White to do some fantastic body work and level the playing field and see what happens. You know what I mean? Definitely not count him out one bit. You know what I mean? Could easily go either way, or it could easily be one-sided. That's a fact.
I mean, just off your gut feeling, man. I'm putting you on your spot. So who do you think is like? Was that?
What do you think? What?
Who do you think is going to win, Fury or White? Just
if you had to make a pick.
Man, me, it is what it is, man. I'm a bet on black always. It's just the way I go. But like I said, we all know how great Tyson Fury is. This is a fact. But I'm looking at Dillian White's strengths. He gonna have to go to the body. Obviously, Tyson Fury knows that's gonna happen, so he's preparing for that. I'm sure he is. But it's just like you got to go with the favorite technically if you're not biased betting. And Tyson Fury like 100 feet tall. But still, Dillian White been itching for this. He been itching for this shot for the longest. So, for me, especially as a heavyweight, we all know one punch can change anything. So it's really gonna be what Dillian White gonna come in there and do. And so I'm just watching to see what Dillian White gonna finally do with his chance.
I think that left hook gonna be a factor, especially
and that left hook is crucial.
Yeah,
left hook is he works on that like crazy.
Maybe an uppercut. I think an uppercut. He has a chance on an uppercut or something.
So I'm gonna see, man. You know what I'm saying? Whew, and don't forget, it's $4 million on the line for whoever wins.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, because it's like
whoever wins get $4 million. So, and Dillian White already mad. He ain't getting as much as Tyson Fury. I think Tyson Fury is getting like 3 times as much as he is.
Yeah, because the WBC has some wild split going.
I'm just saying. So I'm gonna have to bet on Dillian White, man. You get $4 more million if you win. Come on, man. That ain't motivation. I don't know what it is, bro.
I think he's getting $8 million as it is. So yeah, if he wins, he gets $12 million or whatever.
That's a good look.
$4 more million if you win. So I'm gonna have to bet on Dillian White for him to be hungry, aggressive, and do his thing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Tyson Fury is the favorite on paper. That's a fact. Can't deny that. But he making $40 million, man.
Yeah.
I mean, dang.
And I know you want to make 40 million. I know we all want to make 40 million.
Who don't want to make 40 million?
Man, I'll take 4 million. They make the dude getting a bonus of 4 million if he win. That's the bonus, man. That's crazy.
I mean, that's motivation like crazy. If you
man, that's motivation.
Oh man.
So I gotta rock with Dylan White on this one.
No doubt, though. So, and another question: what's the best fight you ever saw live from the audience? Like you just watching and just being overwhelmed and just being like, "Wow!" Like, you know.
That's easy. Tyson Fury versus Dylan White won.
Wait.
I mean, excuse me. Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder won.
Okay, I was just saying, it's like,
I was in the future. Yeah, I'm in there. So y'all look, Dylan White about to do his thing. Nah, it's gonna be a drop. Like, listen, at the end of the day, Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder won.
Some shit.
He went to the metaverse for that.
You know, I had to. Oh, I was also in the ring. I was in the arena for Deontay Wilder versus Luis Ortiz too. That was a good ass fight.
That was a good fight. Yeah, that was a good fight.
Man, that was a good fight. But the most exciting one is Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder 1. So that was crazy.
See that live?
That was crazy. I saw that live. I was in Tyson Fury's camp.
Okay.
Oh wow.
And so I was actually, he gave me tickets and everything. So I was there for that, and that was crazy, man. That atmosphere was insane. I can only imagine how 3 was, but number 1 was insane. Atmosphere was insane, man.
Yeah, I know, because like me and King P, who's another member of Ring Gang, like we actually went to the movie theater, and the movie theater was all packed, and we could tell like the whole atmosphere there was just like lit, you know, especially in the final round when Wilder drops Fury with that bomb right hand, and everyone's just exploding. Everyone's thinking that shit was over, you know. And then
look, every time I watch fighting these days, literally 9 out of 10 referees would not even have counted for Tyson Fury. They would have waved it off. So it's like, you really got to think about how the referee is a factor. Because some referees count fast, some count slow, some don't count at all. Yeah. And most referees would have not counted at all. I'm not saying that referee counted slow or none of that BS. I'm just saying most would not even have counted.
They would have called it off.
The way that dude was laid out, they would have just waved it off. Look how much you wave off. Like, man, he got lucky for a count. I don't care what nobody say, but I'm glad he pulled through it. It was a draw, great fight. But man, I think about that a lot, man.
That was the whole impact. Because I mean, because y'all some big dudes. When you 6'5" and 6'10" and all that, when y'all hit the ground, like that shit's like humongous. That's like earth shattering shit. So when Fury landed. Because remember when he got dropped by Steve Cunningham, I thought that was crazy. Like,
that was crazy.
It was a thunderstorm at my house. Like, I thought like the tree fell down outside or some shit. Like,
most referees won't count when that happened. Most of them would have waved it off. I'm telling you, man. Like
Smoger, the Frank Cappuccinos, the Mills, like only like a handful. So I definitely agree with you on that.
That's wild.
Oh man, so
I saw that in person.
Yeah, I got like 2 questions from my man King P. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here live because he's on vacation. But he wanted me to send a couple questions your way. The first one, you said he mentioned you after the coffee fight. You mentioned that you could finally quit your job. What was the process like training for fights while also working for a job? Did you also feel at times hindered by this?
Right. That's you have to have balance. You got to have balance. So the way my schedule was, I had to go to work from like 10 p.m. all the way to like 5 a.m. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I would do my afternoon training from like 3 to 6. That's how long I trained, 3 to 6 every day, consistent with that. Then I also would tell my boss, like I said, that's why I didn't quit right away. I did give him a 2-week, 3-week notice. So I worked for 3 weeks, even the weekends, because they did allow me to come in late. You know what I mean? So I would come in late sometimes, 30 minutes late. I'd be scheduled for 9, wouldn't get there till like 10 or 11. They were like, man, you late. I said, man, at least I'm here. You know what I'm saying? But because, my thing is just don't be the worst one in the room. There was some guys that we do no call, no shows. You know what I'm saying? So, but my boss and manager was very understanding. Never wrote me up. But like I said, I got there, did my thing. But I trained every day from 3 to 6. And then I would stop right at 6. And that would hinder me sometimes because I'm like, man, I could be working on something. I could be getting better, like in the flow. Like, you want to put an extra hour at the gym? No extra hours. 3 to 6, I'm out. And then I go to work, wake back up, 3 to 6, I'm out. It is what it is. So, and that's another reason why I was a little bit heavier, because I ate a little too much. I couldn't train extra.
Right.
So we had to maximize the training within the sparring. So I sparred extra, but I didn't do my extra conditioning. So like I said, I was in shape to fight, but not in shape to knock nobody out. You feel me?
Feel you.
Thank God I won, because it was definitely scary in round 4. Watch round 4, you're gonna see me. Like
he did land a couple. He did land a couple shots on you in the second fight. I did notice that.
Imagine going for the kill, and this big boy don't go down. Like when I hit him, he started wobbling. I'm like, oh, this is rap. Yeah. And then I'm like, yo, it's not a rap. Like this dude just, what the hell's going on? But he's a Marine, right? So it's like, it's
hard to
he
break. He
bounced back like it wasn't nothing. And I said, yo, I'm done right here, yo. Like, yo, this is a rap right here. Dude, man,
it takes me rap. Because you're talking about that fight. I just wanted to answer this question. Ask this question in the comments. Chris Brand had asked, which coffee win meant more or was more satisfying? Just because you're already talking on the subject right now. That's all.
Right. Obviously, the first one was the one that I don't know. That's a tough question. The first one was just insane. Like, man, I had a lot going on, man. People don't know a lot of the background story, but there is an article out. So I don't know who the article wrote, but like I said, man, the real talk, man, that hit hard. Basically, when I started boxing, I started dating this one girl, and we just really could not get things to work out, mainly because of boxing, personality classes. And long story short, I'm like, man, you know what? I'm realizing that no matter what, I shouldn't have let her go. You know what I'm saying? Because it was mainly my fault. You kind of, get a little older. You still in the sport. Pandemic happened. You're thinking different, whatever. You realize you're doing wrong things. So I'm like, man, look, I'm fighting to try to get her back. I win this fight. I'm going to go and get her back, and we're going to start this thing over. You know what I'm saying? She kind of baited me along a little bit, like, yeah. And then as soon as I'm ready to get it back, she's like, nah, you're done. I'm like, okay, touche. You know what I'm saying? That hurt worse than anything. But I'm bounced back from that. So, in winning that fight, I'm like, we about to make everything back right. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Everything that I lost, I'm about to get back. But that ain't how fairy tales work in real life. Ain't no such thing. You know what I'm saying? So.
Well, wait until you become heavyweight champion. Then you might be able to revisit that. It's like, yeah, baby, I'm a heavyweight champion now. Like what? Like what are we gonna do now?
You might, but it's like a girl like that don't care about that, man. She probably was with you while you were struggling. She probably wanted to help you come up. And then I remember her saying, well, you got money now, so you should be happy. I'm like, man, I ain't happy, bitch. Because I got all this money, I ain't happy. And I'm like, damn, that's different. That's different. You're right. That shit hit different. Like, this girl was really trying to come up with me. She really trying to come up with me. She wasn't. She was one of the ones that you do get when you do get rich.
Word.
But she was trying to come up with your boy. So I ain't realized that till like I said, I got money now. And I was like, now I don't give a fuck about this money, man. Now I go down to the casino and gamble and win all that shit like it ain't nothing. I don't give a fuck about this money, man. My house empty. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, damn. But it's cool though, because more money gonna bring me more everything anyway. So it's all good. I'm still empty, but it's all good. You feel me?
Ain't gonna be empty for long, champ. Ain't gonna be empty for long.
Right. That first win, that meant so much to me. But winning the second time meant a lot to me too, because I could have easily came in and been that quote unquote Buster Douglas. I gained all the weight. He knocks me out. I'm the laughing stock of boxing. He won, great performance. He came back fat. He lost. So it's like, it's like, man, thank God. Whew. So that's more relief.
Could have been the Southmore album jinx. I feel you,
man. You already know, and it was that close. But like I said, I'm in Vegas with great coaches that have been there before. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Rodney Chrysler and Bones Adams, man. They really had me
Clarence
working
Bones extra. Adams, yes sir. Yo, Clarence Bones Adams.
Had me working extra. Woo! I'm happy that we got it. It was ugly. but we got it won. And now we working different. We training harder. Period.
Yeah, and that brings me to the last question from my boy King P. Because you said you've been in the gym, you've worked with Fury, Ortiz, Hunter, Joyce, Hergovich. What have you taken away from working with those guys? How much do you feel has helped you going forward with such experiences to make you more battle tested?
Well, the biggest thing you take from them is because it's so much to take from them. You see that the first thing you take is that they're not just talented. They're working extremely hard all the time to be a better version of themselves. Like I said, Luis Ortiz, he's older, but guess what? His skill level is so high because he's working on the skills. They're constantly trying to be a better version of who they are now, and they're constantly trying to, be the best they can be where they are now. So that's the first and the most important thing I took from them was, you got to be the best you when you in that ring. The best you may not be who you was years ago, but you still the best you. You make up for more skill, make up for more time, but they all work super hard. So you can't even think that you're gonna be good at boxing if you ain't working as hard as they are, because they are not playing around, man. They're very structured, they're very balanced, they're very dedicated, and that's what I take from them the most.
Oh, that's an excellent answer, Chad. I dig that. I dig the answer a lot, though. Straight up. We got a couple personal questions, random takes. We like to ask you. Obviously, we had some non-boxing banner over there. So, some questions. So, what do you prefer, pancakes, French toast, or waffles?
Pancakes.
There we go, my man. There we go.
Easy.
I'm a waffle person. Shutter here, he's French toast, I believe. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So,
I love the Waffle House back in South Carolina, but I'm going pancakes is what I eat the most. But Waffle House is, you know Waffle House. You know what I'm saying? East Coast.
I know Waffle House. Yeah.
Oh, Waffle House is trash.
Wherever I go to the restaurant, it's pancakes.
Yes, sir, man. What type of pancakes are we talking about, bro?
Just regular old fashioned pancakes. I ain't to all the crazy stuff, the chocolate chips and all that. Let me get some regular buttermilk pancakes.
Yes, sir. Some syrup and butter. That's all you need.
Buttermilk syrup.
That's it.
Yep, facts.
Because that buttermilk syrup enhanced the buttermilkness or some shit. Like
it is. That's it. I don't do extra sugar, cinnamon, none of that. Pancakes.
That's what it is, man. They're old school. Hey, so favorite cartoon growing up?
Oh man, I did watch Dragon Ball Z first couple seasons. After that, I didn't really watch it no more. Tom and Jerry, I guess. I don't know. Favorite cartoon? That's a tough one off the top. Ninja Turtles, classics. I guess. I'm all about the classics.
You're a child of the '80s. You're a child of the '80s, bro. So I know you got.
We got the classics. Superman, Batman. We got the classics.
Yeah.
Spider-Man. Okay, Spider-Man for sure. I'll definitely watch that cartoon a lot. Spider-Man.
Yeah. Okay. That's what's up.
All right, so we got another question. Jay-Z or DMX? Who had the better first album? Reasonable Doubt or It's Dark and Hell is Hot?
Well, I don't know too much about the albums. I'm definitely a DMX fan, but Jay-Z is who I listen to the most. Reasonable Doubt, I still, bump it all. I still go Jay-Z the most. I do respect DMX a lot because, he tried to go work with P. Diddy. P. Diddy said, we don't like your sound. You got to change it. DMX walked away and said, I'm going to make it my own. He came out with Rough Rider. So I respect the whole pioneer game that he got, and how he became super successful. But I'm a big Jay-Z fan when it comes to overall rap.
Okay, so reasonable. Okay, like I said,
okay.
But I have not really heard DMX's first album. Remember, I didn't get to listen to that much music when I was younger.
Oh, okay, so I'm pretty sure you heard.
We'll have to revisit that.
Or I'm pretty sure you heard Rough Rider.
That's my assignment. Huh?
I'm pretty sure you heard Rough Rider Anthem, Get At Me Dog, and all that, right?
Man, I've like heard it, but not heard the words. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you get old, you try to listen to it real close. You know what I'm saying? But I know it was where the hood at, like with that, what's that?
That's not the first album.
That's not okay. I'm with that all day. DMX was on some bangers. I came out to DMX when I fought Coffee the first time. I think it was Where the Hood at, actually.
Oh, was it? Yeah. Classic song.
Hey, but I'm the type that I love my baby mama. I never let her go. That's me, baby. That's me, baby. So whatever. So I think I came out to that song. What song is that?
Was that
What
the
song is
Party
that?
Up?
Party Up by DMX.
Party Up, yeah.
I think I came out to that song.
That's what it is. Yeah, you probably did. Probably, yeah. Because I remember that car was full of DMX songs. I remember. Like,
Yeah, man.
Them fires was coming out with a whole bunch of DMX. I was hearing a whole lot that night. Yeah, I'm not.
He wasn't playing.
Oh, then play the first album. Like you have to listen to the first album. We had a
I
Twitter
will,
poll,
man. I promise. That's my homework.
Yeah,
and I think 70% of the people, I think out of 95 votes, 70% of the people who voted chose DMX first album over Jay-Z first album.
Okay, that's my
So
homework, man.
It's serious, you know. When you get ready to spar, you listen to all that DMX shit.
You might get hot. You might score some knockouts in sparring.
There it is. There it is. Instead of running,
listen.
I be running and sparring, man. Jabbing and running. I'm out of there.
You definitely gonna feel that album. It's impactful. So yeah, we appreciate all the hip hop talk and banter, you know, because a lot of people they just focus on boxing, but you just so real with it.
You got a personality, bro. Like you have a well-rounded personality. Like, you know, and I've been around boxers. Like, not a lot of boxers are really well-rounded. Like, some are just real insular to what they do. But like, you just like, man, you in every day. You're in every person. You're in every boxer, man. You got experiences, man. Like, and we dig that.
We in it.
You think about commentating or doing acting or anything after you win your titles and you kind of fall back a little. You ever thought about life after boxing?
I'm just gonna try to have fun. You know, like I said, you gotta live life after boxing. You know, I'm gonna try to do things I like. You know, if I like movies, I may try to make a movie. You know what I'm saying? I like music, I may try to make songs. You know, it's just about, like you said, what you do with the time you have on earth. You know what I mean? Like I said, when you really learn that the most important thing you have is health and time, you start thinking really different. You got health and you got time, and you want to be happy. So you like, man, shoot, like who am I living for? I'm living for myself, the people that love me, and I'm trying to have fun, man. So when I look back, I'm like, man, I did all this and enjoyed myself, man. I ain't let nothing hold me back. You know, I had my failures and successes, but we had a great time. We had a great life, yo. You feel me?
I feel you.
I feel it.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
And then so to bring us to like a last, like, so any specific future plans, you know, like obviously maybe who you might be fighting next or when you might be fighting next, you know, stuff of that nature, Johnny.
Well, like I said, I believe in clues of life, okay? So I can only look at the past and try to learn from it and move forward. I was always fighting somehow 1 month after Devin Haney, okay? So Devin Haney fought Linares in like May, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. I ended up fighting out of the blue, fighting Michael Coffey in like July. You know what I mean? So I'm like, and then of course he fought Jojo Diaz in
I
like
was here for that one. I was
December.
in the house for that. Yep.
Right? I ended up fighting Michael Coffey in January. So Devin Haney's kind of scheduled to fight for June against, you know, Kambosos. I'm like, well, I might be back in July or August. Nice. I don't know. That's just the clues I've been given. But right now, I'm trying to get extremely better. After said, I got a real good clue from Jared Anderson. Like, yo, you got to work your ass off. So that's what we're doing. We're trying to build from that right now. So I don't know when I will fight. I will have to say maybe August. But right now, I'm building like crazy from those lessons I learned sparring Jared Anderson. So that's where I'm at currently.
And that's great, man. You know, and so I guess, you know, once we get Haney Kambosos officially announced, you know, so you're most likely, obviously, they're gonna put you on the PBC on Fox or maybe even a pay-per-view, because truthfully, you deserve a pay-per-view spot now. Like, you need to get that pay-per-view money, bro.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Now, I need some more work for the pay-per-view. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie to you, because if I fought pay-per-view, it would be somebody that's obviously super good, and I'm the opponent again. But it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? I understand that. But guess what? I already know that's what they're going to do. So all I can do is be ready for it. Like I said, when you know the business, this guy 15-6, they're going to put me against an undefeated fighter with a big name. We've been waiting for y'all already. We've been training for y'all already. Hell, I've been sparring undefeated fighters already. So bring it on, because I know what y'all trying to do, but I'm trying to capitalize and win and get more money too. So what's up?
I feel that, you know.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, August get here.
Yeah,
right.
that's a possibility. That's all I know.
Yeah, all I know is like, let us know, if you whenever you're next one, just let us know, man. One of us will at least try to be here, man. Just let us know, obviously, now you know how to contact us and in the various places or whatever. So yeah, let
Most
us know,
definitely.
man, so we can at least one of us can actually try to be there, man, depending on where you're at. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Word.
Man. So I think we it's good, good place to stop for the night.
Yeah, hey, I'm going gambling tonight, baby. Don't give me a quick couple thousand real quick. You know what I'm saying? You feel me?
This
That's
Gamble
too
Gang
easy.
Radio.
Huh?
That's it. This Gamble Gang Radio.
Yeah, oh, that is. Yeah, hey, that's what I do, man. Like, look, man, when you like me, man, you know what I'm saying? You don't need to work regular jobs no more. You can just go to the casino and beat Vegas. Take your money and keep it moving. You feel me? It's easy, baby. Easy money, man. I'm just picking numbers, baby.
Word.
Hell yeah.
Ayo, Shutter, man. Do you have any final thoughts, man? Anything you want to say to Johnny, before we get up out of here?
Oh no, I just appreciate you, just showing love and just you being who you are and just being just spitting that real shit, man.
Thank you.
This is real good, yo. Just I really appreciate it. Like you show love to the artwork, everything, and just from the win from last year with Coffee, the knockout, like it just motivated me, inspired me. Like honestly, I was supposed to draw that picture last year.
Wow, man. Hey, I love that picture, man.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. But yeah, like shit just get crazy, so didn't get around to it. But I got around to it this year. I had to make sure I hit you up because I've done artwork for other boxers before, and but you really like you really fucked with it. Like so,
Yeah,
definitely
you
appreciate that.
posted it on Twitter, your IG, the stories,
Easy.
man,
Yeah.
the whole engagement, like the
I'm
whole
about
night.
to have it. I'm about to have it made, man. I'm putting that in the crib.
Oh, hell yeah, definitely. Hey, you got when you get it framed and everything, make sure you take a picture or show tag us, let us know.
Oh,
And
that's
get
easy.
that
That's
get
easy.
that masterpiece up there, and so and make sure we get that win over Frank Sanchez or whoever you fighting next.
Whoever,
So you know what I
man, we
mean.
get prepared.
So we get that sequel artwork done. Cause I
Damn
got
right.
some that you see on the IG, I got Colbert. I got a picture of him, Shakur Stevenson, Floyd, like everybody. So
Yeah,
it's
Danny
glad to.
Garcia. I think there's
Oh, Danny Garcia is another one. Yeah, shout out to Swift because I actually met him the day of the Klitschko Joshua fight. He had a meet
That's
and
a good
greet
fight.
down here, and he loved the artwork. So it's real nice to speak to someone who could see it and like it. So I appreciate it. And I just want you to just keep succeeding and just keep being you, keep engaging with the fans, and I really respect how you said that. Like a lot of boxers, like you have to be a student of the game, whether you a fighter or not. Don't matter if you a lover or whatever. Be a student,
Yeah.
and
Got to
I
be.
think that's the biggest gem that you drop because like y'all don't understand. Like I've been in boxing gyms and it'll be like 70% of the people who's boxing in the gym don't even watch boxing.
Mhm.
You can't even talk to them about the fights coming up on the weekend. So it's crazy. So I do see it. So it's like you just spitting real shit. So I'm just taking away. I'm taking away a lot of this. Like, I'm just soaking it up, man. I really appreciate it. Oh man, just good looking out and just keep succeeding, keep winning, man. The world is
Thank you, brother.
yours.
Thank you. Hell
Absolutely.
yeah. Let's get it.
Ayo, Pilot, man, your final thoughts? Anything you think of
Oh
Johnny?
man, I'm just glad Johnny, came out, show love out today. The past couple fights, seeing your story has been inspirational, and the past hour and 20 minutes have been, even more. So we really appreciate that. You dropped some gems, some life, just some real shit, man. We really appreciate that, brother. Thank you.
My pleasure, man. Thank y'all for having me. I really do appreciate it. I can't thank y'all enough, man. Like I said, this motivation as well, man. So we're gonna keep going. It's been a hard week. We're
Yes,
gonna
sir.
keep it going.
It's the weekend,
Yeah,
though. It's the weekend.
Yeah.
it's the
Do you have
weekend.
any shout out to anything you want to put out there for the fans? Anybody to follow you? I know you're on TikTok, YouTube. You on YouTube?
Well, yeah, I got a YouTube account. I got to put more stuff up there. I'm gonna start doing that actually this weekend too. But currently,
Okay, no doubt.
everywhere you can follow me at Forever Jonnie Rice. You know what I mean? Like I said, man, just be yourself, and be a better you. That's what you got to do. Challenge your own thinking, grow, learn from your own experiences. That's all we really have. Learn from others. You know what I'm saying? And just keep on building.
Absolutely. And that is real talk from heavyweight contender and future heavyweight champion of the world, Mr. Jonnie Rice, man. So, yeah, man, this has been a wonderful episode, man. For myself, Pat Scorpio, the New England representative, for Shuttleworth, LB the God, the GOAT artist, the man who made the perfect joint, and for Conscious Pilot. And of course, like I said again, I gotta say Jonnie Rice again, man. I gotta say it 2 times, man. This has been another wonderful episode of Real Talk. Where, as always, man, you know where to find us, man. YouTube, Twitter, Podomatic, Anchor, TikTok, man. We're out there. Just type in Ring Gang Radio in Google, and it'll take you to where you need to be. Just make sure you understand that, because we out here, man. We do it, and this won't be the last time. Hopefully, that Jonnie Rice will be on our show, man. We'll definitely be, hitting him up, definitely in the very, very near future for sure. But yeah, like I said, this has been a wonderful episode of Real Talk, where, as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. So until next time, peace.
Peace.
Peace.